Uh-oh.
It's all right.
Hey, you were talking last week about how you were really happy with the fact that you guys were going 100%, going flat out, and they were, made a couple mistakes, but that was on Tuesday, and that was when it was time to make mistakes. They showed up on Saturday, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy because last week everybody was talking about how terrible we were, and I took it kind of personally because I knew we were capable of a lot more, So that's why I was encouraged on Tuesday. We were still grinding on. And you know what? We worked hard all the way up until game day. And then on game day, it was just about putting out the product on the field. But the thing that I was excited about and encouraged by is how hard they played. I mean, we made mistakes like we always do, but we made them fast and we made them tough. We tackled well because we were running so fast to the football. And I think my guys finally got a glimpse, not just my guys, but the D-line, the whole front seven got a feeling of what it's like to be the kind of defense we should be.
And it was exactly what I've been hearing all along, that front line is to go ahead and tie up the blockers so that your linebackers can make tackles, and your linebackers were making the tackles, and it wasn't the safeties that were having to go
they
ahead
got
and
their
do
share
them
too. Yeah, they got their share too. The D-line did a phenomenal job. I mean, phenomenal job. They really did, and dominated the line of scrimmage. And linebackers, it was like they got a burst of energy, and they worked their tails off, and they got down to the football. And when they got there, it was exciting because they got there in a bad mood. And then they took it out on those ball carriers. So we were hitting hard, we were making plays, and even when that ball didn't come out, it wanted to a couple of times.
Is that kind of what what they really needed, a game like that, to kind of get their psyches right, to get their minds right?
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. I think once you get it done the first time, it kind of tells you where your mindset needs to be at and where your heart needs to be at.
Oh, that's the way it's supposed to work.
Exactly. And everybody, that's what experience is all about. That's why you got so much experience. That's why it means so much. And I think we got guys who have played, but with the exception of Anthony Morrow and maybe Royzell Smith, none of them have played to that level before. But to watch them as a core come out there and perform like that, I mean, that's why you coach, and that's why you do it. And I'm very thankful to Coach Patterson because just like you said, that D-line was on fire. I mean, they were on fire. And like I said, it fed off onto us. And my kids, I think that was the best game that I've seen our linebackers play since I've been here. And so that's what's encouraging about it. If we can play with that kind of emotion every week, we're gonna be pretty good.
Now Memphis comes in here and they're one of those Eastern Division teams that kind of concentrate on power football, and they beat us. Every time we've played, they're going to come in here with an attitude that they can dominate us and get themselves right on track again too, huh?
Yep.
We're going to have to come out with the same kind of intensity.
Oh, without a doubt.
And maybe even a little bit more, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, pick it up a little bit.
I was just about to say we're going to need it and then some because, first of all, they got a heck of an offensive coordinator. If there's anybody who knows that, it's me because EP did some amazing things with this team when he got here. He got here and he did such a phenomenal job. No doubt he's going to do the same thing over there, and it's already starting to show. But for us, they're big, physical, and they'll maul you. They'll beat you up if you let them. But last year we were a different team, and we're a smarter team. We know what to expect from them in terms of how physical they're going to be. And so I hope after last week we're going to become a more physical football team. That's who we're going to be now, because we've done it before. And now I hope that's going to be our identity because it felt good. I mean, it felt real good to get out there and punch and not get punched. We took the punches and we punched right back instead of sitting there and taking punches left and right and trying to finesse our ways around. We played hard, fast, through people. And that's what we have to do to be in the game on Saturday. If we don't do that, we're going to get run right out the stadium. So it's important that we're overly physical, that we do things right. More importantly, that we do it with great effort, great intensity, and great physicality. That we get after these dudes and let them know that they can't just push us around because they will. They're a very, very good football team, and they'll come after us and push us around if we let them.
Even from the offensive side of the ball, the way that we're playing now with a lot of a pretty doggone good running game, and it's just running over people and stuff, that has to carry over onto the defensive side too, doesn't it?
Without a doubt.
On the whole team has kind of started saying, hey, let's go ahead and start playing power
Yeah, and without a doubt, again, and then Coach Connolly obviously brought his SEC background, and we're playing much more downhill and physical up front, and it's great. And it's also great because we've gotten to face them for a while now, you know. And when you have Donald Buckram, though, he's a special player. He makes things happen. But the running game that we have is because, you know, those guys up front take pride in it, and they're getting after it constantly. And that's what we have to do. As a defense, you got to be able to punch and punch back. You know, today we did mano. We had that offensive line against our defensive line. They were going at it. And so because of it, I think that makes us better. But those kids work hard, too. That defensive line's been working very, very hard to improve. We all took it personal, the front seven, when we didn't do our jobs against Houston. And so now I hope that we understand how good we can be when we do our jobs and when we fight back and when we make sure that we're the aggressors.
The other two teams that you've played, you've held them to less than 300 yards total offense, and I kind of look like, to me, you might be able to just go ahead and do the same thing.
Well, you know, you don't go by stats.
I know it's Eric Price.
And
he's going to bring his offensive mind,
right.
but
that's the goal, all right? That's the goal. But if we give up a lot of yards and win the game, I'll be happy. Not that happy, but I'll be happy. It's about winning the game. And, again, we can't go by stats because if we give up those yards, we don't want our kids to stop. I mean, that's not our goal. The goal is to win the game. So I don't care how many yards they've given up. If we're in the game, fight to win. Fight not to give up that next yard. And that's got to be our mentality. And, again, Andre Patterson has brought a great mentality to this football team. And so because of it, I think our goals are pretty simple and they're pretty set. You know, the goal is win the game and do whatever it takes to win. Do whatever it takes to get the ball back to the offense every drive. And now the new goal is be physical while doing it. You know, so we'll continue to go with that.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Appreciate it.